Okay, I guess we're recording. So this is the story of, this story comes from Scottsdale. It's a story of an incident whereby one day I was having lunch with Tom Kreitner, our food and beverage director. We were sitting in the main dining room of the restaurant. Big dining room, probably sat about, 150 to 200 people. And we would typically sit each day and we would, have lunch together. And as we're sitting, talking, I happened to look up and I noticed on the wall, if you've ever noticed a place where a picture's been hanging for a while, and then all of a sudden the picture's gone, and the wall behind the picture is lighter than the rest of the wall, because the rest of the wall has has gotten dirty and stuff. And I saw a place where a picture was obviously missing. So I said to Tom, "What happened to the picture?" And he said, "Gee, I didn't know." So with that, a few minutes later, the restaurant manager, is a woman, happened to come up, and she said, we said to her, "What happened to the picture?" And of course, she didn't know. She said, "Gee whiz, that's kind of funny." So after lunch, we got up to walked over just to see and to look at where the picture was, and I noticed that there was a couch that had been there, and the couch was gone too. So now that we looked around, there were several things that were missing. There was a picture, there was a couch, there were other pieces of furniture, things were gone. So that led to a little informal investigation. We talked to the housekeeping department, we talked to the engineers. Nobody knew anything about this. So now we're beginning to suspect that maybe somebody had actually stolen this stuff. So we began to take inventory, and we found lots and lots of things missing that we hadn't noticed. And a part of it was we'd gone into the china, glass, and silver room, and we found that a significant amount of china, particularly china, but flatware and glassware that had brand new stuff in the boxes, hadn't come out of the boxes yet, and that was missing. So now we got into a very formal investigation. And with that led us to talking to the dining room manager. And it was the dining room manager's responsibility to, I'm making a recording. It was the dining room manager's responsibility each night to lock up the dining room when everything was closed. And she was a little bit lazy. And what she had was two busboys who she trusted, and she'd take it through most of it, and then she would let them close up for her, and she had given them her keys so they could do it. Anyway, it's these two high school busboys who are stealing all the stuff, and they're taking it home, and they're hiding it in their bedrooms. And the mothers, the parents, apparently either didn't notice or didn't care or didn't ask or whatever. And so this led us to, finally, we ended up calling the police. And I had to lead them over to the people's houses, and we went into the boys' rooms and found the stuff there and caught the boys red-handed with the china and some of the equipment sitting right there in their bedroom. So it wasn't hard to prove. So here's the amazing part. So not only were these two high school kids beating our, quote, security system, but guess who they're selling the stuff. What they're doing, of course, is they're selling all of this stuff. And who are they selling it to? They're selling it back to the dining room employees. So waitresses and bartenders who worked in the room had to be aware that this stuff was being stolen. Now, they weren't actively participating in the theft, but they were then buying the stolen goods from the two high school kids. And ultimately, we did press charges against the two kids, and I don't think we pressed charges against the people who bought all the goods, because I think that Radisson finally decided that really wasn't something you could logically do, and that it was worth the time. But everybody who participated in the acquisition, all the purchases, they were all fired. And it's amazing. These were people who had sworn loyalty to, oh, gee, we love it here, and you're such a good boss, and this is such a great place, and yada, yada, yada. And guess what? While we weren't looking, they were buying the merchandise that these two kids were stealing. So that's my first story. Not the funniest story, but kind of, a weird story. That's it.